What's up, guys? Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, episode 133. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, that retro code, Eddie V.
I will be returning to this game next year.
Yes!
Yes.
The second best Assassin's Creed game. Was the best.
Hello, everybody.
Was the best until last year. But I digress. Also joining us is the wise Wisconsinite with the coolest t-shirt ever. Jesse Douglas.
I got the two shows mixed together in one shirt.
Woo! It's like a scramble.
Yeah.
Scramble.
How's it going, guys?
Tell you what, man. It was a good night last night. My kid went to bed at 8:15, and my wife went to bed at 8:30, and I stayed up till midnight playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. And then
Nice.
I slept until 9:30. Is pretty late these days. So
Yeah.
How's everyone doing? Everyone doing good? Everyone great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some gaming in.
Yeah. Got some impressions, I should say. Some well, not really controversial.
We'll save that controversy for Arsenal X because I know what game you're talking about, and I know the choice words you're going to use. So,
Well, actually, no.
all right, we'll get into what we've been playing. You know what, Ed? You just go ahead and start. You've been playing Red. You guys have both been playing Red Dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of you.
Well, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I can say that the installation time I think took about 35-40 minutes for me. It didn't really take long.
What do you play? You're playing on one, right?
I'm playing on Slim.
Okay.
On one. And Jesse's playing it on original one.
Yep.
Yeah, well, somebody said that they bought it digitally and it took them like 8 hours to download, like wirelessly. I'm like, goodness gracious.
I mean, that's what happens when it's 110 gigs, you know?
Yeah, but then it's weird because they say it's 95 gig for PS4 and then it's like 105 for Xbox One.
It's because Xbox One plays true 4K and the PS4 Pro only does 1440p max.
Okay.
Yeah,
like
the regular Xbox, the one that I have, I think it was only 80 some gigs.
Yeah.
So like for the regular one, so it's closer to the PS4 regular PS4 one, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got the Target Special Edition, which I think it comes with a map. It comes with some other stuff, but I guess there's some stores that's selling like an Ultimate Edition. I haven't seen it.
The
I think
$100
like
one?
for the book. Yeah.
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, it didn't take me long to install. It's not bad, I will say.
I heard it starts out really slow, and I watched Giant Bomb's Quick Look, which was like an hour and a half, and it looked like it started real slow.
Yeah, it does, but like I'm kind of glad it does because they're really building the characters and stuff. Like, you know, like because I just feel like they really want to make sure that the story like you know fully gets out there and it's not rushed and like, you know, they just really do a good job of building the characters. Like, cause I'm a couple of hours in, And I just made it to the first kind of small town.
Yeah, because I'm about 2.5 hours in, I think, due to the fact that I started it like really late. And I will say the shooting reminds me of Max Payne 3, which is a good thing. Because I had problems with the shooting in Grand Theft Auto, but when I started playing it, when I started like attacking enemies in this one, I was just like, okay, this is Max Payne 3, so it's great that they lifted it off from that.
Well, isn't it technically, I mean, quote unquote, technically the same team that did Max Payne 3?
I think so.
Like
it may be
the West teams, Rockstar San Diego.
Yeah,
yeah, I think so. I think the only thing I can knock it for, and has always been a big knock for me when it comes to Rockstar games, is that they're not the greatest writers at all. Their scenarios and setups are just like terrible. Like I want to get through the game and concentrate more of the story, but like Makai, I'm just like, oh, he's gonna be a problem in this game. I see what kind of character development he's gonna be. Calling the black people darkies and hitting one guy in a cutscene and stuff, and it's just like, hold on, him being the cause of a fire. That trying to set up that that you can't return to the house and everything, and it's just like, oh, this is supposed to be terrible. So but I gotta see the rest of the cast for it, but right now it's playable. I will say it's really good. They're doing a lot of tutorial stuff, like with the horse, like what you do with the horse, and like teaching you how to distract animals in case of you're walking with somebody in it. The brawling and the fighting is fine. I don't know why you still walk very slow when you get into the houses. Like, it becomes like Resident Evil 4 for a sense, and then it's just like you can't really run or jog or go any bit fast. You just enter the house and you just started walking slow, and it's just like, oh, this is about to be problematic too. But overall, I mean, it's good. I'm not saying it's Game of the Year material just yet until I get further into the game, but I'm pleased with it. So.
That's a lot nicer than I thought you were going to be about this game. I was kind of teasing you on the Facebook comments.
that caused a whole bunch of controversy that everybody started commenting on.
I don't care. You know what? People can. I did it because we're friends. I didn't do it because I was trying to like.
Yeah.
And I knew I was just like, oh
yeah, we like to give each other shit all the time for stuff we don't really mean it to be like earlier. Ed gave me crap on our text, our chat thing that like my response didn't have much
or life
or whatever, and I just said, you don't have any life, you don't have a life.
Then I gave him reasons why.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, I mean, I'm still on the fence about Red Dead. I don't know if I really want to get it or not. I've got too much to play right now. I
at this time, Corey, hold off on it. Like, get through a lot of other stuff before you get to Red Dead. Red Dead can really, literally wait.
Yeah, because I'm almost done with Tomb Raider. I need to finish Spider-Man. I want to play some Assassin's Creed Odyssey and finish Valkyria Chronicles 4. So I got stuff on my list that I need to finish before Red Dead even crosses my mind again. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. As long as one of us or like a couple of us are playing it and stuff, and even just watching stuff of it, footage of it, like helps to just kind of get a feel for what it is. But
yeah,
for me, I personally, I didn't really. I was I liked the first one, so I wasn't too worried, but at the same time I was kind of worried because I just feel like this is going to be a lot like Witcher 3 was. And though Witcher wasn't a bad game, it just was so overwhelming that I just didn't even bother with it because I didn't want to, only be playing one game. And I feel like this game is like takes a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of time like that game, but I won't have as much of a problem just picking it up and playing it for a couple of hours here and there every once in a while, and not feeling like I have to just continuously play it. Yeah, just slowly progress through it. That's what my plan is, and it so far it's working good for that. But for me,
yeah. Well, so Red Dead, I'm giving it 2 weeks, enough time so I could do a review for it, so you guys be able to check that out on NGRradio.com. Picked up BioShock, the BioShock collection. One of my friends on Twitter did some artwork of the Big Daddy, and I'm just like, I need to play this game again. I beat it on PS3, but I'm playing the collection, and I want to be evil. So I'm going to try to get all the girl power, like kill all the Big Daddies, but get all the girl powers, and get the bad ending. Because when I originally beat it, I saved all the girls and I got the good ending. So I've seen it that way. So yeah, I'm doing BioShock on PS4, and Guacamelee, Super Champion Edition. I think it was like $4 or $5. It was like really cheap on PS4. So I decided to pick it up there. Then I'm on to my Switch playing the King of Fighters 2001, enjoying that. But progress report in Breath of the Wild.
You picked an apple yesterday. Good job, Ed.
I did. Got some more shrines. About to head to like the water spot. But I actually fought one of the big mechanic things and destroyed him. Still using the shield attack. The Guardians. Yeah. Okay. Still doing the shield attack. Ended up being that. And then I beat one of the wizard birds who does electricity, who turns like he could turn the weather into electricity. And I'm just like, oh dang, I gotta take this metal thing off, and it got too late, and the thunder killed me. I was just like, oh crap! But I stayed committed. I died about 4 times, and I threw my square bombs at him to knock him out in the air. Ran to him, started attacking him. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm playing Dark Souls now. like attack and run. But ended up being him, ended up getting his lightning wand and stuff. And just going to be doing some more shrines. And then I did the fairy and the plant by Kuroko Village. Kuriko Village. I did open her up. So I got one of my outfits powered up, but I got to go fight some more Bobtins and get some of their materials so I could do the other stuff. And then I'll take a little bit more for that game. But I am making progress. And I'm probably going to be like maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, put more time in after like doing some Red Dead stuff. So, but that's Yokai Watch 2 also playing for 2DS, getting further into that game. But pretty much right now, that's all I've been playing. Oh, and Forza Horizon 4. I finished the stunt campaign, the first 10. And then there's another one that I need to do. And I will say this. I did the Halo mission. The Halo showcase. It's really fun because you're driving on the beach and stuff, and you drive all these other places, and you end up on, I think, like on the airport strip almost. But I'm going to probably replay it again because I came I did really bad, but I want to do better. So I'm probably gonna go back and do that mission again and have fun with it. But other than that, bought 3 houses in there and still unlocking stuff and still going through that game. To be honest, I think this game is probably about maybe 50 plus hours. It's a lot to do in this game to to finish. So really am enjoying it and stuff. So
yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah. So that's what I've been playing.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. What about you, Jesse? What have you been playing?
Yeah, so obviously Red Dead 2. I picked it up this Saturday morning, Friday night, or whatever. Yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot. I've obviously also been playing some Call of Duty, Black Ops 4. I've been trying to lately work on unlocking the stuff, because now they have like their Battle Pass style thing now that they've added. The progression bar where you can unlock in-game stuff as you're progressing through the bar or whatever. And right now it's all Halloween themed stuff that's in there. So you get the different things that you can spray paint and tag, like you do in Fortnite and stuff like that, and then emotes and things like that. So there's a bunch of those kind of things that you can unlock, and like camos, I believe, for guns in game, things like that. So I just kind of been doing some progress and trying to unlock some of those things. And then as far as Switch goes, I picked up Adventure Pals again. Been kind of playing that a little bit. I picked up this game that was on sale called Super Ineffective Golf. And it's... So the idea is you've got your X, Y, A, and B button all set different. They all have their own, I think, 4 charges per thing. They're like little disc charge things that are like a jet propulsion. And so you've got to place them all over the golf ball, and then you set them off. You can put like the X ones on the side of it. So if the golf course is it goes up and then it turns over to the left or the right or whatever, you can set charges on one side of the ball. So when you send it going forward, you set the one charges off, and then once you get to the area where you need to turn around a corner, then you can set the other charges off to make it go that direction. And so it's basically just a really crazy physics type game where you're using jet propulsion to try to get the ball into the hole, and using it to counterbalance the movements and things like that by setting them all over the ball. I'm enjoying it so far. It was I think it was $4 or something on sale. So I just like those kind of things. There's a bunch of physics games that are similar to that I used to play on my phone a lot. And so things like that I've been playing for quite some time. I don't know. I just enjoy that kind of stuff. And then I've also been playing Tricky Towers some more, and just loving that game while I'm hating it at the same time, because it just gets so frustrating at times because it's so difficult. I honestly think it's one of the hardest Tetris style games I've ever played. And then I did play some Zelda as well, actually. For a little bit, I just kind of every once in a while I pick it up and I just kind of play, just do stuff around the world, and just kind of go around and fight stuff usually, and collect the collectibles and consumables and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of did that a little bit as well. And then I the only other thing I could think of that I was playing is I've been playing Roller Coaster Tycoon Touch on the phone, and I've been enjoying that. So it's just kind of just dumb, stupid, easy, stuff to do. And then actually I don't know why, but I've just been getting on a phone games kick. I actually picked up too that there's this game called what was it called? It's called Giant Boulder of Death. And so like you just have this big giant boulder and you've got to like roll it downhill, so you like tilt your phone back and forth to make it roll like down the hills, and you're just basically smashing stuff and trying to boost your meter up. And then once you boost your meter up, it turns into this big massive like red like lava looking ball with like spikes all over it that just can destroy anything in its path. And the whole idea is you just basically you're trying to run as much stuff over as you can and get points. And like as you're going through stuff, your multiplier adds up. I think it gets up to like a multiplier of 10.
Yeah.
So everything that you destroy then obviously is times by 10 points how much it's worth. And so you're basically just trying to go as far as you can without dying and trying to get a high score or beat your high score or whatever. So and then I just been playing kind of weird little phone games lately. And then actually I did pick up Forza 4 and play Horizon 4 and play that a little bit. And basically all I did is I was like going, like they give you the option to try to beat like friends' scores in certain like game types or whatever. Yeah. Like certain things you can try to either beat your best time or beat like, whoever's on your friends list, if they're at the top level, like had the fastest time or whatever in the race. Like I was doing the one where you're going against the airboat, the hovercraft or whatever. Yeah. So I redid that, and because I think one of the people on my friends list had passed my time, because I had it like that was doing the best out of my friends, but then I think someone passed it, so then I beat that time. And then you can just keep on picking to continuously go against other people that aren't your friends that have a better time than you, and just keep on trying to do better and better and better. And I think I like passed like 3 more people's times, and then I got to someone who like literally was like must have been like just so precise in every single turn that they like perfectly turned around every corner to save time and all that, because like I was having a hard time trying to beat their time. But yeah, so I just kind of been doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I need to go into my car. I need to go fix some things.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. Kind of a little bit of everything.
Nice. Well, I haven't really been playing much this week except for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I played last night and I went from like 48% to 78%.
Dang.
Last night completion, because like I got to that point where it's like, oh, this is the point of no return. You can't do stuff after you start this mission or whatever, right? So I'm assuming
like the end point.
I'm assuming that's like the end, right? I mean,
yeah.
So I've been going around and like some of the spots I'm like 92, 96%, and I'm like, where are these last 2 items? Everything is grayed out on my screen. Like, am I missing something? Am I, and it's like, I'm gonna have to find.
Did you get the light pick?
Huh? Yeah.
Did you get the light? Oh.
Yeah. So I've been going back and getting all those boxes that I've found and like just couldn't open because I didn't have the lockpick. So
I gotta find that woman. I can't find her because I need that lockpick.
Oh, she's after you do the mission, there's like this side mission that you do in the hidden city about the dice or whatever.
Yeah. I did that, and I got to her.
After that mission, she goes up. Where there's like where you kind of first come into the hidden city?
Yeah.
Like you come down and up where like Amaratu's house was with the bonfire. She's in that area now. She moves areas after you do the side quest.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where because I had to go back and find her to get it. She had that and like the rope pulley thing where you can like pull the metal parts off the walls and stuff. So
yeah, I have that one, but I don't have the lockpick. So yeah, then I could go back and find her and work on it.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna have to find a map that kind of shows where everything is, and kind of look at my map and be like, okay, this is what I have found. Is what I haven't found. And like, there's a couple monolith stuff that I haven't solved, and maybe that has something to do with it. But I've got 3 sections 100%ed out, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also trying to find all the outfits and upgrade all the weapons. So that's
Yeah, those things that you had to read or whatever in the last game. Is that what you mean? Like, where you had to learn the language first before you could read it.
yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah,
and
I bet you that's what it is.
This time, like, they're not really languages as much as like clues to solve puzzles, but you have to.
Oh, okay.
You have to upgrade your percentage a certain amount to even be able to read them. So, and you do that by finding the collectibles so you can read the monoliths. So.
Yeah, I like the more that you talk about that game and like and people like, I just think that I'm gonna like it way more than the other ones because I like that it sounds a little bit more like the original games where it's more about the exploration and the puzzle solving.
Yeah,
because I've said multiple times now in the past, like the very first original Tomb Raider game is still my favorite, where it was like you didn't really shoot humans, it was just trying to survive in these areas and like solving puzzles, and like it was just like you just kind of away from like you felt like you were completely away from civilization in the world, and like I enjoyed that so much more. Like I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do, like, when they start making more games. I'm guessing they're going to, like, this is the end of this trilogy, right?
Well, it's the end of her origin story, so they could probably do a 4th one and be just fine. But, like, I like this one because, like, it's a little bit more focused of an area, like the first game was, where it takes like, except for maybe the opening 2 hours, the whole game takes place in Peru, so it's like very kind of just truncated, which I kind of like, and it's linear, but it's got these wide open spaces, that you can kind of explore and run around, and then it kind of does a great job of moving you on to the next area. Like right now, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is my game of the year. Like it really is, and I've played God of War and Spider-Man, and gonna get to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but like right now, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is my game of the year, and I think I like it more than Rise. As of right now, I don't know. I need to let some time pass a little bit, but like I really like what they did with the combat. And I like the cool things that you can do with the combat, like the mud stuff is actually really clever, because like there's this one point kind of later in the game where they like the enemies have these heat goggles where they can detect your heat, so you need to put the mud on you so that they can't read your heat signature. And it's actually pretty cool because one time, like, I died, and then I went to do it again and forgot to put the mud on, and I was hiding in a bush, and the guy came up and just, like, straight up murdered me. And I was like, oh, I forgot to put the mud on. And it was kind of cool,
Yeah, it feels good when you stealth kill them.
Oh, I know, dude. The stealth kill stuff, and then when you unlock that perk to where you can, like, if there's 2 of them, you can stealth kill the one and then straight up just murder the other one in the same animation. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. And then I just unlocked the perk where, like, you can hide in a tree, and like you shoot the arrow down at the guy, and it sucks him up, but it also wraps them in like this cocoon thing, so like they're hidden in the tree, so other people can't detect you. Oh, it's really cool. The only thing that I'm kind of like, I wish there was a little bit more combat. Like, I appreciated this game like really focuses on puzzles and exploration and stuff. I wish there was just a little bit more combat, because there's a lot of cool things that they did with the combat that I don't think gets enough use because there isn't a lot of combat. Like the hiding up against the wall with the knife thing. Like that's a really cool thing I like. I've been trying to play this whole game stealthily, and it rewards you for playing that way.
Yeah. I think the one off thing about the combat is the lack of arrows use. Because it's just like the poison one is good, but I kind of like when you hit them, it kind of makes them feel delusional. And so they start shooting other enemies.
Yeah,
And
that
then
one's
when
really
it runs
cool.
off, yeah, that one is good. But that's like the only like really one to be used because the guns are powerful in this one.
Yeah, I haven't even touched the guns. Like
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. I used the shotgun in the one challenge tomb where those like creepy tribes people are, where they
Yeah.
just kind of like jump on you and attack you and stuff. That's really the only time I've used the guns. I've used the bow and arrow every time. And
Yeah,
like the fire arrows are used to solve puzzles in the tombs, so like I kind of understand that. But like I do understand what you're saying though, because like I just unlocked shock arrows, I think, and it's
Yeah.
like, when am I ever gonna use these? Like, am I gonna like? And granted, I could use them on the final mission of the game. You know, if it's raining or something, I don't know. I haven't been there. I haven't really looked anything up. And like shoot them on the ground and it electrifies people. But it's like, when am I ever going to use these? You know?
And that's why like when I talked about it, placing the bombs with the people, that one is more useful because it's like the enemies will recognize them and they'll literally go there to them and kill themselves. And it didn't really happen that same way in the other games.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah. This game kind of reminds me of Knights of the Old Republic 2, where like there's so many good ideas in here, but the game just isn't big enough to warrant all these cool things you can do.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead, Jesse. Sorry.
I was gonna say, hopefully maybe they'll have like an expansion for it where they'll add like a big chunk of like story stuff.
Well, they're planning expansion content all the way through March, I think.
Okay.
Challenge tombs, and I don't know if they said story missions, but there's like challenge missions. So maybe.
Yeah.
And,
Well, and
I don't think any story missions, not that I know of.
well, they said challenge missions. They didn't say story missions.
Story missions.
So I don't know what that means. But I mean,
well, and if they use like what they've done and like and moving forward, in the next games or whatever, like I mean. Yeah, it is kind of a bummer when it's very like combat driven, but then you don't have as much combat. Like for me, like I'm like that's what makes me interested is like the lack of combat, but I guess like if it's ever all the changes they've made are very combat driven, then it is kind of a bummer, but
yeah, well, I mean, like, you get certain arrows and tools that help you solve puzzles. Like, I think that's cool, too. Like, like what we were talking about, the lock-picking stuff. Like, that helps you open these, like, stash crates that give you more stuff that you can craft items with. And the rope rappel thing, and it really adds a lot. And I really love this game. I think it's the best one in the series so far. There are things that Rise does better, but there's also things that this game does better. So like for me, I think they're kind of on even footing in terms of what they do better or worse than the other game. But for me, I like the first one a little bit better, I think, than the last one. Yeah,
just because I don't know, it just something about it I liked better. I've
thought about going back to play that first one, and really,
Definitive.
and really trying to like, okay, I kind of want to do a thing on like how the series has evolved. I don't know if I have time to do it, but I want to try to do some stuff with it. So, but that's
I was thinking of going through all 3 games.
Yeah.
Back to back, like sometime next year.
Yeah. And the thing is like, if you just want to play the main story of this game, you can do that. And this game is really short. It's only about, I got to the hidden city within like 7 or 8 hours. So it's not like this game is super long, but if you want to go try to do everything, I've probably put like 25 hours into this game just trying to 100% it. So I mean the length of the game is there. It depends on what you want to play it for, Like all the challenge tombs are optional. They're all optional. You have to go find them, and all the crypts are optional. So, but it's fun. It's so far my game of the year so far, I think. So we'll see. There's still a lot that I have to get back to and finish and play. So
the nomination list is going to be good this year.
Yeah, I know. There's just so many good games. I know not a lot of people are as excited about it for me, but I still have Just Cause 4 that's coming out yet.
I think a lot of people want to see how that new physics system is going to work.
Yeah.
They're doing an interesting thing right now too, where you can you can make your own weapon, and if your weapon that you make gets picked, it will be in the game.
Oh, really?
It'll be. Yeah, you can make your own weapon, and I was thinking of something that would be kind of cool for it. It's like a harpoon gun that's got some kind of balloons in it that you could shoot someone and then they would just float away.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
But yeah, I would have to go through the process of trying to actually draw something up or create something,
Yeah.
And but I was just thinking that was the first thing that came to mind, is just something what would be something that would be funny and fun to use just for humor.
I would do with probably you said harpoon, and I was thinking of reverse that. It's a gun that sucks you in with a big harpoon coming out. So you suck them in, they land on it, and you can use them as a shield. So when they get all the bullets and stuff done, you can shoot them up with the harpoon and kill everybody and stuff.
Like a scorpion, scorpion. Get
and then retract back the harpoon and start over again.
Yeah, that would be funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's just kind of that's always fun when they do contests like that.
Yeah,
where people can actually get a chance to have something in the game.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of all I've been playing. Well, I played some Tetris too, but that's every night. So, by the way, if you guys didn't know and haven't been listening to the show for 133 episodes, Puyo Puyo Tetris demo is free, and you can play all the Tetris you want for free.
Yes.
Yeah, I still need to download that.
My weekly public service announcement.
But Corey, don't you got some house cleaning?
I'm getting there, Ed.
Okay.
We just started talking, and we just kind of went into Red Dead, and then we just kind of spun off from there.
True.
Look at this guy trying to run my show.
What?
I don't know. All right, we got some housekeeping for you before we get into these news bits here. Season 3 of Pod and Play is in its home stretch with upcoming episodes, including Titanfall 2, Quantum Break, and finishing out the season with God of War. Last episode that went up was Sunset Overdrive, so make sure you check that out. Insomniac made a pretty cool Xbox One exclusive before they went on to make Ratchet and Clank and Spider-Man. So check it out. It was a good time. Jesse, Ed, and I just kind of discussed the game. So subscribe to Nerds Gone Rogue's Prime channel to catch up on Season 3. And also Season 1 and 2 are also available on demand. So there's a ton of Pod and Play for you to watch and see. And, Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider are also in that mix somewhere. So, speaking of. Let's see here. Pow Block's Nindy Showcase Season 2 is officially set to launch on January 5th. Subscribe to Nintendo Pow Block's YouTube channel or check back to ngrradio.com every Saturday at 10 a.m. for Nindy Showcase Season 2, featuring sweet games like Dead Cells, Guacamelee 2, The Messenger, and much more. Catch up on Nindy Showcase now and subscribe and hit the bell to get notified on new episodes. Season 1 is now fully on demand. You can watch it here on Nintendo Pow Block's YouTube channel or in grradio.com under Let's Plays. So check it out. Pretty excited putting together this show. And also, Pod and Play Season 4 is also now in pre-production. So there's something else for you to look forward to. Also, over on the Arsenal X YouTube page, new episodes of Squad Goals and Royale with Cheese are coming at you, including episodes featuring games like Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Blackout Mode, which Jesse and I are very excited to start doing. I think we're gonna record a lot of it tonight, so I'm pretty excited for that. You can also go to twitch.tv/CornHD86 or twitch.tv/sub_Hume_ends to watch Jesse play some. It's subhumans with some underscores in there. So
Yeah.
Also, the link to our Twitch channels are in the what do you call it? The description of the episode. So you can just click that link, and Jesse's way better at the game, so I suggest watching him instead of me. I just am there to survive, and he's there to kill. So, yeah,
and I'm not there at all.
Yeah, so. But anyways, they're going to feature games like Blackout Mode, Halo 2 Remake. I do want to get into some squad goals with that because, spoilers, I've never beaten Halo 2. So, this would probably be a good chance to do it.
Yeah, I still haven't beat Halo 1 or 2. Nor 3.
Gears of War 4, Fortnite, PUBG, and many more. Check it out on Arsenal X's YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and share there, or go to ngrradio.com. Those episodes will air on Tuesdays and Fridays, so it's going to be a good time. There's a new schedule coming for 2019. I'm trying to figure it all out because I'm trying to figure out Nerds Gone Platinum stuff as well because they've got 2 shows going up now too. So trying to figure out the scheduled shows and the seasonal shows and the podcast shows. It's the schedule right now is kind of a mess. So I'm trying to figure out before, since New Year's is in like 9 weeks. They gotta figure it out.
Ooh. So
lastly, you can follow Nintendo Pow Block on Instagram and Twitter at Nintendo_P-Block. Join our Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Nintendo Pow Block, or like Nerds Gone Rogue's Facebook page to catch up on all of our written and video content on the website and on our YouTube pages. Go to ngrradio.com/subscribe today to find your choice of content you would like to watch, listen to, or read. So, wait, we already did what we've been playing. All right. Yes. My show notes are all out of whack now. So we're going to jump into these news bits here. Not really a big... It was a struggle to find news this week, guys, because everybody is focused on Red Dead and Call of Duty and, the Battlefield fiasco that's going on. So, it was a kind of a struggle to find news. So, good thing Capcom pulled through. Resident Evil 0... the 1 remake and 4 are all coming to Nintendo Switch in early 2019. This comes from our friends over at Game Informer, and by friends, I just mean Game Informer. Capcom is bringing 3 classic Resident Evil titles to Switch next year. Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4 will hit Nintendo's hybrid system in 2019. While no further details are available, players can look forward to experiencing these classic, influential horror games on the go or on the big screen next year. I am super hyped to play Remake and 0, and then play 4, ironically, just so I can make fun of Ed even more. So, Jesse, you and I should just do a video series on Resident Evil 4 and like a mockumentary style. All 3 games are considered important to the survival horror genre, but Resident Evil 4 holds particular importance as it is the series stretched into the shooter genre, blah, 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 blah. So, cool. I'm actually pretty excited for these. I love the Resident Evil remake. It's the only Resident Evil not only Resident Evil game I've beaten, but the only one I've played multiple times. I don't know why. I've just never tried to play any other games.
I've never beaten... I never played 0.
You never played
0? I never played...
Yeah.
Because you have to control both characters, kind of.
Yeah.
And you have to switch back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, I just didn't go out and buy it on GameCube. Same with the remake, I've never beat it because I beat the original Resident Evil when it came out on PS1. That was like my first kind of personal R-rated game that I brought. So those 2 I've never beaten, and of course 4 I own multiple times. So The audacity, you guys smoking one of my favorite games. I watch the show still and and support it, but to see you two get through Resident Evil 4, that's going to be very comical.
The thing that here's the thing. I understand like the whole point of Resident Evil, especially 4 and 5, is like you can't move while you're shooting, right?
Yeah,
and like I get that, but the fact that the whole game is controlled on one stick and you can't move the camera with the right stick because it was stuck on a console that didn't really have a proper second stick, and they didn't really know how to utilize a second stick yet for cameras.
Yeah.
Like, it's been long enough and ported too many times for it to be like, okay, come on, let's go with the times.
Let's fix that.
They fixed Resident Evil in Resident Evil 0. They don't have tank controls anymore. Why can't we do that for 4? You know,
because Resident Evil 4
with a ridiculous thing.
Resident Evil 4, like most of the enemies are already on screen in front of you, so you really don't get. I think the only time you really get a side attack is when you're in an open area when you get into the castle. There's like one section that these enemies are coming like from various places. So it's supposed to bring suspense and tension that way. But most of the enemies that you fight are all on screen that you can see, that none of them hop off screen to while you're in battle. So that's why.
Yeah, I mean, I just want the controls to be fixed. It's 2018. Come on, fix controls.
Plus, it's not a cover-based shooter, so that's why. Awesome.
I don't care. You know what? Neither is Tomb Raider, and guess what? I can use both sticks there to shoot. Bam! Schooled.
Yeah, but Tomb Raider's
awesome.
Tomb Raider.
I was hoping that he was going to say, yeah, but Tomb Raider's good. I'm just kidding. Speaking of games coming to Switch, Don't Nod's Vampire is coming to Nintendo Switch. This comes from IGN. Vampire, the gothic action role-playing game released on PC, PS4, and Xbox One earlier this year, is officially coming to Nintendo Switch. Revealed through a Focus Home Interactive earnings report, it looks like the success of Vampire on its current platforms has given the publisher reason to bring Don't Nod's title to Nintendo's handheld hybrid. Quote, in Q3, the group will continue to maximize the potential of the Vampire license. After the game's impressive success on PC, Xbox One, and PS4, was it impressive? Like, what's impressive?
Not really.
What's impressive to them? That it actually sold some units?
Yeah.
Oh boy. It was. Look, Don't Nod should just stick to Life is Strange. I think that's like their biggest success. So it will be Nintendo Switch's turn to welcome the Don't Nod title to reach an even wider audience. If they're bringing this, sorry, I keep interrupting this quote. If they're bringing this, can we please get Life is Strange on Switch? Because that would be just great.
But that depends on Square Enix, though.
I don't care. Square's bringing every Final Fantasy game under the sun except for 8. They can bring Life is Strange.
And yet we don't have Tomb Raider on there?
Yeah, chop. Where's my Tomb Raider? The report doesn't clarify if Q3 is in regards to 2018 or 2019, though the fiscal third quarter typically ends in September, so 2019 is a likely bet. So, I mean, that's cool. I don't really have any, opinion one way or another about Vampire, but it's cool that Switch keeps getting games and modern games and not just like ports of old games like Resident Evil 0, 1, and 4.
Well, that's Capcom.
I'm glad we're getting it, though.
Yeah.
Hopefully they fix some of the problems that they had.
I wonder, going back to the Resident Evil stuff, I wonder if 0 and 1 will be packaged together like Revelations, and one of them will be downloadable.
No, I think they're probably all going to be downloadable. I think none of them going to get physical.
No, I want physical.
No, I would imagine that they would do physical. Like,
they did physical for Revelations and Mega Man.
Yeah, but that's a lot
Hunter.
of. That's a lot of. I don't know. It just feels like they would do digital more, because why would a Kami get only digital only, but the Capcom games would get physical?
I mean, I don't know.
And
Okami got
both,
physical outside of US.
right. So why wouldn't physical for Okami come here to America?
I don't know.
I guess it depends too, probably on how big the files are.
I also think Resident Evil is a way bigger franchise than Okami ever will be.
Well, for them to keep releasing Okami on multiple systems, I mean, and it makes great sales. Resident Evil would be the same file as Okami because they both came out during the PS2 GameCube era. So
yeah, but I still think
except for this is a remake though. This is the remake though. This is a much more better looking game.
Right, but Okami came out, I think, almost around the same time, or maybe in the year within Resident Evil.
That's
4.
not what we're arguing. We're arguing that Resident Evil is a bigger franchise than Okami.
Yeah, and I was thinking of 0 and 1 though. Like
0 1.
Having 0 and 1 having the collection like what they released for everything else. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm. Yeah, I think they're gonna have 0 and 1. One will be physical, and the other one will be download.
Yeah, that's what I was
Bayonetta. And Revelations was more episodic, within the episodic style.
Yeah, but Revelations 2 was still downloadable, and Revelations 1 was still on the cartridge.
Yeah.
So,
but I just think that
like that.
Yeah, I think 0 1 because there was their own individual games. They don't really have to break it up like the Revelation games were.
Because I do agree with you though. I do think that 4 probably will be physical or will be digital only. I'm guessing because it's on its own.
I mean, it would be smart for Capcom to release all games physical, but then do they charge $20 still, or do they charge $30?
Well, it'll be $30 probably for a physical.
Physical,
yeah. So I mean, you say they're $19.99 digitally, right? All those games are $19.99 digital. I bet Resident Evil, if they did it physically, the Resident Evil, they'll do like the Origins collection like they did on Xbox One and PS4, and have 1 and 0 packaged together, and it'll be like the Resident Evil Origins collection will be $40, because then 0 will be downloadable and 1 will be on the cart, and then
that would be smart if they do that.
And then Resident Evil 4. I mean, that's $19.99 digitally, but it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to charge $40 for that too, physically, just because the carts cost so much.
And HD Rumble with the
because like I think Okami, the rough translation was $34.99 physically, and it was $19.99 digitally.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. But speaking of games that come in boxes. This comes from Nintendo Life. Best Buy will soon stock select limited run games physical Switch releases, including an unannounced game. It would appear that Switch players in North America will soon have another way to track down their favorite physical games released by limited run games, with retailer Best Buy set to carry stock on select titles. Nice. As you may already know, and as the company name suggests, Limited Run Games offers a variety of indie games on Switch in a physical form, but each release has a limited number of copies produced. In the most popular cases, these games can be a little tricky to get a hold of, especially if you're not around to pre-order before the products go live. However, Best Buy will be managing stock, and whether copies will be available in stores, online, or both is currently unknown. But Josh Fairhurst, owner of Limited Run Games, confirmed that Golf Story, Yooka-Laylee, and, quote, unannounced game will be available by November/December. Fairhouse also confirmed that Best Buy's editions will still be numbered, so Yooka-Laylee will still say Limited Run Games number 013 on the back of just like normal copies. That's exciting. I would love to get Yooka-Laylee physically, and like the fact that Limited Run Games is doing it kind of like prevented me from doing it. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to purchase it, but if I can find it at Best Buy, because my Best Buy still has crap that is really hard to find. My Best Buy has garbage that's always hard to find, like hardback guides. Like, remember when the Dark Souls hardback guides were going for like almost $100 at one point?
Yeah.
They had all of them there still for $34.99.
Wow.
Like, multiple versions of it, or like some of the limited run 3DSs, like that Majora's Mask one. Remember the Majora's Mask 3DS that was really hard to find for a while? They had like 4 or 5 of those. I just walked in there and was like, man. So so I mean, if I can just walk in there and get Yooka-Laylee physically, I'd definitely play it. That's a game I've been wanting to play for a while and just haven't gotten to it. Mostly because I was waiting for a physical copy announcement on Switch, and then they did this limited run thing, and I'm like,
Great.
We'll see. Except for right now on Xbox One, it's on sale for like $9, so I might just get it there. Oh man, but that's cool. I'm glad. I've been wondering if Limited Run was going to try to make a deal with a retailer at some point. Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah, that'll give me a reason to go to Best Buy more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get. Speaking of games that are hard to find, like I still need to eventually get Starlink, and I have not seen a copy of that game anywhere around
Amazon.
here.
Just get
it's on Amazon. That's where I'll probably have to go to get it. But I've literally went to 3 different retailer stores locally, and none of them have even had just a regular copy of it without the toys.
Which is funny.
Speaking of like side, this isn't really a news story, but something ridiculous. Like 83% of all copies of Starlink sold were on the Switch.
Yeah,
and then they still reported that Starlink is the worst. First debut IP for Ubisoft that's been released.
I know, but it's so much fun. It's so dumb. It's fun. Like the only reason why I got it is because I wanted the R-Wing to sit on my desk.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's the main reason I want to get it, is just because I want the R-Wing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it looks good, and like I keep on hearing that it's like a really fun game. So
yeah, I think it's gonna pick up for Black Friday and for Christmas.
Yep.
You buying it?
Yeah.
Giant.
Go ahead, Ed. Sorry.
Oh no, I should say I haven't been looking for it just yet. I'm kind of waiting. Because of trying to get everything else together. But I am going to pick up Starlink. I've been wanting this game when they first showed it at E3. So.
Well, and my thing about trying to get it is I'm just afraid that it's going to be one of those Switch games or those Nintendo games that's super hard to find and is going to be, cost like a crap load of money to try to buy it online.
No, I think you'll probably be able to find it, because
also if you're not interested in collecting the toys after that, like you can buy everything that, like the expansion pass or whatever they're calling it for this. All the toys together cost like $275 or something, but you can buy all of them digitally for like $30. Like all the ships, the pilots, and
so that's the thing though. Can you buy all the ships by themselves?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I might even possibly just do that first. Like just get the ship first, and then I can always worry about getting a copy of the game later.
Yeah. But the only way you can get the Star Fox one is if you buy the starter kit for Switch.
Starter kit. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can play through the whole game with the starter kit. It doesn't require anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, there's clearly weapons
because you could buy the rest of it digitally, can't you?
Yeah.
Just basically.
Yeah. And the cool thing is too, is like what I figured out is like you can pop your Joy-Cons into this base and play it that way, or you can just put your Joy-Cons in this base and play with a Pro Controller.
Pro Controller, yeah.
Which
I
is
heard
way better. Way better.
Yeah.
So, be careful taking these ships off the base though, because the wings all come off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the whole thing comes apart, and so it's a nightmare trying to get these ships off the base without breaking them.
Right.
And like also the pilots go on the base before you put the ship on, and like your ships can't fly without a pilot. It was because I was like, why? Where's the base for the pilots? And then I put the ship on. I was like, well, I don't care. And I was like, oh, I need the pilot on the base with the ship to fly the ship. anyways, we'll get to our next story here. Nintendo is bringing Labo to schools across North America this year. This comes from The Verge, not typically a website we read from. It's talking about Labo and kind of this kind of, the side project that we have for Switch where you build things out of cardboard, and we've talked about it substantially on the show when it first launched. And they're planning on entering 100 schools in the United States. This article is really long. I just want to read parts of it here. So, as part of the partnership, Nintendo will be bringing Labo kits to around 100 schools in the United States. The goal is to reach about 200,000 students during the 2018-2019 school year. The Institute of Play, meanwhile, is creating a guide to help teachers integrate Labo into their lesson plans. So the Institute of Play is Nintendo's initiative to teach kids how to, use Labo for engineering and stuff like that. Quote, what we're not doing is writing a lockstep curriculum, explains Arana Shapiro, co-executive director of the Institute of Play. We're really thinking of this as a teacher's guide, so that we're trying to create something that has enough examples so that teachers can feel like they can immediately do something within the classroom with Labo, but we also are trying to give enough support and structure so that the teachers can be inventive with the ways they want to integrate Labo into their own classrooms. So if you want to read it, this article is really, really long, but that's the gist of it. Nintendo is kind of pushing some engineering initiatives into classrooms, and they hope to expand after next year into more schools. So I think that's really cool. I think that's we saw a little bit of that with Assassin's Creed Origins, the classroom mode where you can wander around the world and learn about the pyramids and stuff in terms of a history perspective. But now Nintendo's kind of getting into the engineering aspect of it with Labo. So I think that's really cool.
I think that's one great thing about Nintendo. It's like when they take their innovations out to the public, and because like even with Wii, when they people taking it to the old folks home to show them how easy it is to play their games and stuff. Like, it's cool when Nintendo does this, and it's not more. It's not so. A little bit. It is for marketing, but it showcases kind of the benefits of what their products could do for any age. So, to get kids into engineering or even architect, to come up with these crazy things, like, that's really cool. That I think that gets kids more incentive to be more creative and look forward to maybe the next thing of technology for the future. So it's cool that they're doing that.
Yeah, and I think it's like kind of was a perfect time for them to do that with the like kind of these like the different things that you can like. I think there's like 3 or 4 maybe different things that you can get, like where you get the things sent to your house, like and they're all like science based things or like mechanic based things. Like, and like that's what I think of is like, it's like they almost took that idea that like of these things that people, you can kind of, the crate things you can get sent to your house, and like using that kind of idea, but building it around their system and like being able to, like teach kids how to do different mechanical things and create things, and stuff like that. So like they kind of like are doing this, like in my opinion, at the perfect time when like those kind of things are kind of popping up and popular with the whole crate, the whole crate idea of kids getting things sent to their house and stuff like that. But like, yeah, because that's what it reminds me of a lot, is those kind of things. Yeah, it's just it's nice, like. And like I'm hoping too that if they do start getting into the schools and stuff more, that will kind of make Nintendo like come up with some more new stuff that would be more based around like a school type thing, like more science driven type things and things like that.
I think it'll help kids get into more other activities. Like if you want to, if the piano, if the cardboard piano on Labo has interest in it, then kids might want to learn the piano in real life and help create music and stuff.
Yeah, that thing practically turns your Switch into like a beat. Like, isn't it basically a drum machine? Like it's like piano, but you can also do like drum machine stuff too.
Well. Piano, drums, and guitar.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's awesome. I always like seeing stuff like this where, like, instead of blaming video games for making kids dumb, why don't we like look at stories like this and put a positive spin and like teach kids how what's good about games. Ed, on Optional Opinion, we talked a lot about how games help with motor skills and puzzle solving, and literally playing Gran Turismo 3 on PlayStation 2 taught me how to drive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's positive spins on games are always good, and this is just another step in that direction. So anyways, cheap plug for Ed's Optional Opinion show, by the way. Go download it. It's a good time. Sorry, Ed. I don't know if you want people listening to your podcast or not.
I'll plug it at the end of the show. Everybody, go listen to the latest episode. Me and Corey delivers a heartfelt epilogue to the Be the Real game. So do check it out.
All right, here we go. Our last story is a rumor, kind of spun up earlier this week from Snapchat of all places. This article comes from Gematsu. It's also all over every other website, so just rumor. A full Super Smash Bros. Ultimate roster seemingly leaked. The entire roster for Smash Bros. Ultimate may have leaked via images shared on 4chan via Snapchat. The images, which appear to be the box art or promotional artwork printing for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, were allegedly first posted on a Snapchat profile before being removed. On the main artwork, several previously unannounced characters appear, including Shadow the Hedgehog from Sonic the Hedgehog, Banjo-Kazooie, Isaac from Golden Sun, Ken from Street Fighter, Mach Rider from Mach Rider, Geno from Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, and the Chorus Kids from Rhythm Heaven. There is also previously unseen artwork of an empty battlefield. Users were able to decode a blacked out name on the images, which led to a LinkedIn profile of an account manager at French printing company Les Atelier Marina, whose clients include Bandai Namco, which is a developer of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Additionally, a 4chan post on September 28th claiming to be a leak mentioned these exact characters, while also mentioning Shadow and Ken are also Echo Fighters, and several characters such as Ray01 from Custom Robo, Monster Hunter from Monster Hunter, and Dixie Kong were cut, and that Taboo from Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Necrozma from Pokemon, and Crazy Hand from Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Master Hand are boss characters. It also should be noticed that Korokoro previously reported Super Smash Bros. Ultimate would have 108 stages. Only 103 stages have been revealed. If Shadow and Ken are Echo Fighters, that would mean that only five of the new fighters are entirely new, which lines up with the number of stages left to be revealed, one stage per character. Of course, for now, it's only a rumor, so take everything as unconfirmed and with a grain of salt. Pretty interesting list of characters here.
I didn't even click on the story. I didn't even want to read it. So my opinion. Yeah, my opinion is with Corey's that take it with a grain of salt. Like
I always take everything with a grain of salt, but I'm still excited. It still makes me excited. I want Banjo-Kazooie. I also want Shovel Knight. We're halfway there.
Banjo-Kazooie is like in my opinion was the most interesting one of them. Yeah. But we've talked about that we thought that it wouldn't be that like that big of a shock if they had some rare stuff come over.
Especially with it's also a relationship. Speaking on Banjo-Kazooie in particular, it's a good relationship play with Microsoft. It's a good look in terms of, hey, we've already got crossplay with Minecraft and Fortnite and Rocket League and all these other games. We're probably going to work together in the future at some point for something. Like, why don't we just do this? Rare is a big part of Nintendo's history. I think Phil Spencer knows that. And Banjo-Kazooie is kind of, besides Donkey Kong, I think Banjo-Kazooie is at the forefront of, when people think of Rare games for Nintendo, I think Banjo-Kazooie, outside of Perfect Dark, is like the game people think of. So I think that would be a good move for both parties to make. Although I think for Microsoft to want to make money off of Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo would be one of the DLC characters.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
So, unless you buy some sort of like season pass or ultimate edition, like Banjo would be some sort of DLC,
The ultimate edition.
Yeah.
Well, and it just works for both of them, because then that way, Nintendo doesn't really have to give them a cut of the game, like sales, like because it's a standalone thing. So like whatever you pay for, to buy that character, a portion of that goes to Microsoft, and then it's just easier that way. Then it's not being all mucked up with all that kind of stuff. Because if it was in the main game, then it's like it becomes part of the main game, and then you have to try to figure how much of that, like, then should Microsoft get of a cut of the game sale, so it's
the same thing with Minecraft. Is that how Nintendo and Microsoft worked that out so that both parties receive money from it.
So I don't know, I think it's cool. I would like to see some of these characters in Smash, but that's an awfully large list of characters to balance and test and everything, so we'll see. But I think these rumors are always interesting. It's always interesting to see, what obscure character is going to be in Smash. So,
because it feels like nowadays, like these rumors there's a better chance of them being real than there is of them being fake nowadays. Yeah. Because with social media and like everyone, like with Nintendo being, and well, especially this game. I mean, this is like one of the biggest, biggest names as far as like Nintendo goes, like, like, because they have all the people that are like trying to verse each other, and it's just a big game. For it to be able to go like a long time without anything being spoiled is just super hard to believe, that, or it just doesn't seem like it would be something that would happen. It's really hard to keep it secretive.
Yeah.
Because anyone that gets anything from it is going to leak it like instantly, basically.
Yeah.
You can count on it.
Yeah. So anyways, anything else you guys want to say before we move on to question block?
Nope.
Because this is the week we're giving away Dark Souls. We're about to, after we read these questions, we're about to announce our winner. So we're getting into question block here. Remember, you can email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com or tweet at us at Nintendo_P-block to send us a question, and subscribe to the YouTube page. We're also announcing our November giveaway today, which I did not tell you guys what the game is. So here we go. Megan Green writes in and says, as far as the Switch goes, what design decision would you change in terms of what the Switch does or doesn't do? I would like some sort of big internal memory and not memory cards. But that's been a Nintendo issue for a long time, so that's really it. I like the Switch. I think it feels great. I think it looks great. The headphone jack is on the top and not the bottom, so it doesn't get all curled up on you. So, like, it's fine with me. I mean, the Pro Controller, I would put a headphone jack in the Pro Controller, but, I mean, we talked about that last week anyway, too, so.
I mean, most people probably would say, Bluetooth functionality and having directional pad instead of the buttons.
Yeah, D-pad.
D-pad. For me, you know what? I think I would prefer to have a longer HDMI cord, and an AC cord. I understand that shouldn't really matter, but I'm just like, in case if I want to, keep my Switch in a higher place.
Yeah.
And I want to, do my course and stuff. And plus, for people who hang their TVs on the wall, it might be a little bit easier if they have better cores and stuff. So I would just say longer cores for me.
Yeah. Long cord seems to be a Nintendo problem.
Yeah. For me, I would like the ability to be able to play your Switch on the TV wirelessly, like not having to put it in a dock. Like that, like to be able to hold it and you could actually play it like you're playing it handheld, but it would be the actual visuals would be on the screen on your TV.
Sounds like Jesse wants a Wii U.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, but with an actual good screen, like a decent sized screen, basically.
Yeah. Huh. All right. We're gonna move on to our next question then. This comes from Chase Hayfield. He says, "Do you think we will get another 3D Zelda on Nintendo Switch, and what do you think it will be about?" I think we'll get one at the end of the life cycle.
I think we'll get one in 2001. I mean 2021.
2001. Go back in time.
I think next year it's going to be announced at E3, and then 2021
already.
Yep. I think Nintendo's already planning. I think it's been in the planning stages. I think after the success of Breath of the Wild came out, and since Numa has already talked about this is kind of what they're going to be adapted to from now for their next Zelda game, I think they're going to probably show a trailer of it and have an announcement ready for next year. 2020 we'll probably see sometime in a Nintendo Direct that fall, or sometime in 2020 E3 we'll see some extra gameplay, and then 21 we'll see a release. I think this one I think it's going to be still in the same vein as Breath of the Wild, but I think this one is going to be about how the Triforce actually came together in this new universe. So probably showing how like almost this new origin story of Link and Zelda. Like, how did the Triforce get broken into three, and how then those three pieces got broken into 7 pieces. And I could probably, it might sound a little bit Darkstalkerish, not Darkstalkerish, Darksiderish, that each Triforce turns those bosses into what that Triforce is. So yeah, you got Triforce of Courage, Love, or whatever the regular 3 is, but those 7 pieces were smaller Triforce parts to make that whole full Triforce before they all came together. And I think you'll have to fight bosses based on what that Triforce is. And it's optional if you want to go get those Triforces to get all 3 to defeat Ganon.
Nice. What about you, Jesse?
Yeah, that was kind of what I really liked about the Ocarina of Time. Like, I really like how they really like kind of based like a lot around that Triforce thing. Mm. Like, I would definitely like to see a game like that kind of focuses a little bit more on the Triforce stuff, because I mean, ultimately, like, that is like a super popular icon, you know. like of the Zelda franchise. Yeah, I think that they're gonna try to get the new Zelda out around the time that the new consoles are coming out, the new Xbox and PlayStation, because they're gonna have to really bring it hard during that time to push people to, you know, like why you want to you know, still have a Switch, and why you want to have a Switch. I mean, that, you know, like they'll fall back behind, you know, a little bit more as far as, you know, power goes. So they're gonna have to have some really big hitters that are gonna show you why it shouldn't matter.
I don't think they will fall. I don't think they will fall back on power. I think
Well, they will.
But even when you have power, when a lot of these games that come on Switch are outselling some of the powerful games, and people are still talking about them, power nowadays still doesn't make a difference to a lot of gamers. It's gonna
be the new thing. It's gonna be the new thing that people want. So you gotta offer up some big games during that time.
That is true, but I think it's going to be, is Xbox and Sony going to offer anything innovative outside of what Nintendo was doing? Because while Sony and Microsoft are focusing on power, Nintendo is always focusing on innovation. So
yeah,
even though one game is going against two systems, and whatever games come out from that, if people are picking up the new Zelda and seeing how innovative and how game changing that game might be, power in those other systems won't even matter. Just because you got the hottest thing doesn't compare to if this game is very innovative and that stands out.
Well, and the thing is too, though, you've got to remember that Microsoft's got all these new developers that we have no idea what they're going to be offering us. So I mean, there's a lot of things, especially in Microsoft's side, where there's still a lot of mystery and things that people are interested in seeing what's going to happen. So, like, there's just a lot of things, but I mean, I'm not saying that Switch, like when those come out, people aren't going to care about the Switch anymore.
Right.
But it's just, you do have to have something big to compete with what big things those other companies are doing.
And that's why I said that Nintendo will be focusing on innovation. If a game could innovate and change the genre, that's why I said just because you got power don't mean anything. If something that's changing and mind blowing, innovative wise in the game, if that stands out over you having a powerful system, more people will be talking about more of those innovative game or mechanics, and they will want to see that in more games with power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I think that's what Nintendo will be focusing on, while Microsoft and Sony will be focusing on power. So that's all I'm saying. Agree?
Yep. No, I for me, I would like to see. I think they're gonna use the Breath of the Wild engine. I think they've said as much, so they could get games out faster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to say they're going to use the same art style or anything, but that engine already has so much built into it, and I think they want to use that probably for at least 2 more games. So, I think we're going to see a different art, maybe not a completely different art style, but different enough to differentiate itself from Breath of the Wild. But
yeah.
Personally, I would like to see, for me, in Breath of the Wild, the weakest part were the Divine Beasts. I would like to see more kind of traditional temples come back, but not traditional as in, like, you need this item to complete this temple type thing. Just like there's 8 temples around, and you got to use the items that you find throughout the world, and even like the Great Plateau kind of gave you everything you needed right off the bat, and you got to use these to finish the temples, right? But I think you could add a little bit of a Mega Man twist to it, and like you can complete the temples however you want and in whatever order you want. But if you like do this temple first, you get an item that will significantly help you in the next temple. You know, I think that would be a really cool change to the Zelda formula. But still kind of keep it Breath of the Wild openness, because that's what I really loved that game. So
yeah.
But in terms of a story, I would like to, if they were gonna do a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, I would like to see more of like a prequel story with Zelda and the champions, and like okay, this is what Zelda was doing while Link was in the Tomb of Resurrection. I want to see like what Zelda's journey was to where we see her now. You know, that's what I would like to see.
So are you thinking like actually play as Zelda for once?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool if you could.
Yeah.
Because she was badass enough that you could see her being a playable character, that like actually, because like this was like one of those times where she actually did stuff for herself and like, you know, like was an actual like somewhat of a warrior, like that could do things, you know.
That's why she's Sheikah.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about this game. Like I want to see Zelda's story, you know.
Yeah.
So I would really love to see that. You know, they could reuse a lot of the assets. They could keep the world and just change some of it to make it look less destroyed. You know, like they could add more to the world because it's a prequel. You know, and because Ganon hasn't destroyed it yet or whatever. So I think that would be really cool to see. But in terms of like a new Zelda game, I would like to see a new, like not Wind Waker specifically, but I would like to see a similar game like Wind Waker, like a pirate Zelda game. I think like a cool, instead of like this fantastical like knights and swords and shields and stuff, I want to see pirates. Like remember, like I was thinking about when I got this question, I was thinking about Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and just like the cool like pirate aesthetic they added to that. And like, what if they just added pirates to Zelda, you know? And I was also thinking about that. Remember when the Fire Emblem rumor was that it was going to be a pirate Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
Like I was thinking of that too. I was like, man, I really just want a pirate game. Like a pirate Zelda game would be awesome. And the tomb, like if you go into the temples, you could like get treasure. Like you're just on a big treasure hunt, and like you're Link or Zelda or whatever, and you get a treasure map, and the treasure you're finding are like the 6 or 9 pieces of the Triforce, right? But by collecting the Triforce, you awaken Ganon, and then you have to go fight Ganon or whatever. I think that'd be really cool.
Well, and that would give them an excuse to have more underwater level type things.
Yeah.
That they've kind of had some of in the past, like where you could have like underwater caves that have like ancient hidden like pirate treasures. Yeah. but actually be fun. that underwater level and
you'll have to. I think you'll have to create. You'll have to create like a new lore, in a sense.
Yeah.
Like it's like a new origin, like set in a different, not timeline, but just like kind of like a different universe.
Different universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They the Triforce is a magical eye patch.
Oh no.
Wow. All right, moving on to the next question, which is our last question of the day. This comes from Miguel Fernandez. He says, just found you guys and loving the show. Do you think that Microsoft or Sony will ever copy Nintendo's concept? Do you see it being part of future generations? I mean,
I think no. They're trying to stay.
Yeah, I was going to agree with you, Ed. I don't think they're going to make a Switch-like device directly. Yeah. You know, I think everything they want to do is cloud-based. And if you have a tablet or a phone, that's Microsoft's way of saying, hey, you can play Xbox games on the go, you know?
Yeah.
Microsoft and Sony has failed at trying to copy Nintendo.
What are you talking about? The Kinect was a great success.
I'm talking about Kinect, Smart Glass, PSP, PS Vita.
So much so they made every Xbox at launch come with one.
Yes. I think Microsoft and Sony has learned that we can't capitalize off of Nintendo's success. We could try to compete it, but we can't copy it, because not only does it make them lose business, Microsoft and Sony will quickly abandon it because they don't see no benefits come from it. Where Nintendo, they're smart enough to take whatever they could get, market it correctly, and continue to build upon that. So I don't think they need. I don't think Microsoft and Sony needs to. I think what Microsoft and Sony need to do, though, is that they need to be more innovative. They need to actually get away from what they're doing now, and for once try to do something kind of original that stands out from them and build upon that, regardless if it's a failure or success.
Well, I think part of the problem too is like for an Xbox or a Sony at this point, to make a Switch type device, it just isn't cost effective. Like, it just, like, their consoles are so powerful at this point that it would be super expensive to try to make something like that's portable. And like Corey said, like with them trying to work towards the streaming stuff, there's just no reason for a Microsoft to do it. Like, Sony is the only one that I could see trying to make a new Vita type thing, that would be able to somehow connect to your TV. But I still don't see that really. I mean, Sony, I don't see them going back into that anymore, because they've like, if they were still like widely supporting the Vita, I could see them like looking to update it, but it just doesn't seem like they really want to deal with that kind of stuff anymore.
I think when Sony made all those decisions for Vita, and how they're kind of relying on PlayStation 4 to keep their company afloat. Sony is in right now. Sony is in a struggling position to do anything. Only thing they can do is play stuff safe, which is kind of sad for a company who really sold very well with PlayStation 4, even PS2 and stuff. But it's just like, you guys are still in a position where you have to play it safe, and that's kind of
the thing.
Scary.
Is Sony's kind of put themselves in this position where, like, the PlayStation 4 is very successful. There's no doubt about that, and they've got, they finally have some sort of cast of characters they can market the system around, right? But at the same time, it's like they're not gonna. They just got themselves into this position where they have Aloy, they have Kratos back, they have a slew of characters that they can use to market the system. That I don't think they want to allocate resources to a second system, because they're going for these huge cinematic single player experiences that they want you to experience on your TV, right? So I mean, the best they could do is like a Vita 2, but at the same time, like, they're not going to allocate resources to that. The only way they could do that is if they shoved a mini PlayStation 4 into a handheld device, which would cost $1 billion, and they don't want to do that. So, so I don't think they're going to, but we are running short on time here, in terms of my situation here. So we're gonna move into the giveaway. I gave you guys the list of questions that were in the entry. What do you think our best question has been for the month of October?
Best question. And for those who got their questions answers today, I think you guys asked some great questions also.
Yeah. I think everybody always sends in great questions. We do get some duplicates, sometimes, but I think people just like those talking points. So But yeah, we had a lot of great questions this giveaway. So who do we want to give this? Who do we want to give Dark Souls Remastered to?
I think I kind of like Michael Perry's question. The new listener really enjoyed the show. What do you think Nintendo has been so open about things like crossplay development, etc. this gen? I think that's a good discussion that we had. Because from what Nintendo being closed and then to them being open, the Switch not being region locked, how they going about development and stuff like that. I thought that was a really great question.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fresh and original kind of question compared to some other things. So I'll give it to Michael Perry.
Yeah, I like that question a lot. I do like that friend of show Ray Apollo Williams made fun of Ed for not beating Breath of the Wild yet.
That question gets disqualified. But we love you, Ray.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do like that Michael Perry's question. I also like the Zelda question from today.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, from Chase.
Yeah. So I mean. So it sounds like it's between Chase and Michael. I like both questions a lot.
Yeah, I think I'd have to pick Michael's though, too, as well.
All right.
Honestly.
All right. One Ed's vote for Michael, Jesse's vote for Michael, and I guess my vote is also for Michael. So congratulations, Michael Perry. You have won yourself a copy of Dark Souls Remastered. You'll be getting an email from Nintendo Pow Block with your digital code for Dark Souls Remastered for Nintendo Switch. Congratulations, and thank you everybody for entering the Dark Souls giveaway. But now we're here to announce the November giveaway. Now, I have two options for you guys. Do you guys want the E for Everyone game or the rated M for Mature game for the November giveaway?
I guess it depends on what the options are.
I'm assuming the E for Everyone is Pokemon and the M for rated is Diablo 3. So I'm going to go.
You have no idea what the games are, Ed.
I'm going to go with the M rated.
I'll go for the E.
All right. All right. Well, fine. We'll save the M-rated one for December. Well, shoot. No, I don't know what to do now.
You know what?
You know what? We're gonna save
Corey.
What?
Corey, you take the E-rated. I will take the M-rated.
What are you talking about?
We're gonna have two prizes for. We're gonna have two prizes. You want to have two giveaways for November? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be. You guys have a chance. One person have a chance to get the E-rated game. One person have a chance to get the M-rated game. Yeah. And it depends on what your question is. I will put in. You know what? I will put in a copy of Diablo 3.
All right. Well then, we have two giveaways for November. Do you want to do the first half is Diablo and the second half is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there we have it. We're having two giveaways in November. From November 1st through the 15th will be Diablo 3 for the Nintendo Switch. And then from November 16th through the 30th will be Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu for Nintendo Switch. So there you go. There you have it. Congratulations, Michael Perry, for winning Dark Souls. And remember, you can email the show with your question at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. Also, this giveaway, I also want to encourage people to rate us on iTunes or Google Play Store, whichever app you use to listen to Nintendo Pow Block. So, yeah, we encourage you to do that as well. It's not for entry, but if you would like some bonus points, we encourage you to rate us there. So, yes. So that's settled. November's giveaways are Diablo 3 for the first half of the month, and then Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu for the second half of the month. Remember, you need to email us and subscribe to our YouTube page. So, yeah, that's our giveaway, and that's
if you guys want that Diablo 3, I want some really thoughtful questions.
Yes,
I'm hard when it comes to questions, so definitely think outside the box.
Yeah. So that's going to wrap up our show. Thank you guys for listening to Nintendo Pow Block this week. You can find a new episode every Tuesday at 7 a.m. on your podcast service of choice, on Nintendo Pow Block's YouTube page, and on ngrradio.com. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Nintendo_PBlock. You can join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Nintendo Pow Block, where we all talk about Nintendo games and encourage our community to chat about positive things about Nintendo. So you can go there. You can also check out all of our content on ngrradio.com. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at @VirtualCode. You guys can find Optional Opinion, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other podcast apps. And also check out Arsenal X on our Arsenal X website, on YouTube, Arsenal X Xbox channel, and World 11 podcast on ShotEngine.com.
Jesse, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at PhantomMaggotsAX.
It's always so short. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CoreyNHD86. You can find me on twitch.tv/CoreyNHD, where I will be streaming some games. Finally got everything set up to start streaming next week, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yay!
I'll probably be streaming some Destiny or Black Ops or some Nintendo games, so you can go there. You can find me on Nerds Gone Rogues. What do you call it? You can find me on the Nerds Gone Rogue podcast with Matt and Moose. You can also find me on Arsenal X with Ed and Jesse. Sometimes, most of the time, if I'm not falling asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. You can also find a plethora of content on ngrradio.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, we love you.
Bye, everybody.